Hello, my name is Amanda Hamon, and I'm the product lead focusing on the adventures in Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos. Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos, is chock full of lore and background about Strixhaven University, the preeminent school of magic in the multiverse. There are feats, magic items, and a brand new playable race in the Owlin, all geared toward making your player character a student or even an instructor steeped in one of the 5 distinct colleges of magic found on Strixhaven's campuses. The book includes a full adventure campaign that'll take your students of magic from levels 1 to 10 as they investigate a plot against the university that, turns out, is more than 200 years in the making. Or you can play each adventure as a standalone and gain a tantalizing taste of life at Strixhaven. Unique rules tied to the adventures allow you to participate in large social events like tavern games, a magical frog race, an improv festival, and many more, where you can make friends, rivals, or even find a beloved. A gallery of 18 of your fellow students brings the university's social scenes to life and infuses campus interactions with meaning. You can take exams that bolster your adventuring skills, and you can participate in clubs, activities, or even find a job to round out your student life. Wrapping up the book is a massive bestiary with more than 40 new campus creatures and NPCs that you'll meet along the way during your adventures on Strixhaven's campuses.
Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos, includes the option to play an Owlin. These are owl folk who not only go to school at Strixhaven, but can be found in other places in the D&D and Magic multiverses. We decided we wanted to include Owlin in this book thanks to the wonderful art in the Strixhaven magic set, where you can see a number of cards depicting these Owlin studying as students and also working at Strixhaven as members of faculty. We also thought what really would feel more wizardly, more academic than having an owl option for you to play. Now, the Owlin, as you would expect for a people who are based on a bird, do indeed have wings, and so that means they have the ability to fly. They're not going to be able to fly if they're wearing medium or heavy armor. The Owlin also has exceptionally good dark vision, very long range, and like owls in our world, have very soft feathers that make it possible for them to be exceptionally stealthy. In the Strixhaven book, there are 5 special new backgrounds that you can select for your character to attach your character to one of the 5 great colleges of Strixhaven. Those 5 colleges are Lorehold, Prismari, Quandrix, Silverquill, and Witherbloomed. And so we have a background, one for each of those colleges, and if you decide your character is intending to become a Lorehold student, then you can pick the Lorehold background. This, like any background in D&D, not only gives you appropriate skill proficiencies and other elements that backgrounds give, but these backgrounds are special because they also will add certain spells to your character's spell list if you are a spellcaster. So again, if you chose Lorehold and you're a wizard or a cleric or a member of another spellcasting class, the Lorehold background is going to expand your spellcasting class's list to include spells that are associated with Lorehold College, making sure that you have the ability to feel truly like a Lorehold mage. Now you might be wondering, what if I pick this background and I'm not a member of a spellcasting class? Well, the background has you covered, because each of these backgrounds has a special feature a part of it that gives you a feat for free. This feat is called Strixhaven Initiate. It's akin to the Magic Initiate feat in the player's handbook that gives a character a few spells from a particular class. But here, the spells that your character gains for free are associated with the college that you've selected. So again, using Lorehold as an example, if you pick the Lorehold background, you're going to get the Strixhaven Initiate feat for free at first level. And then within that feat, you're going to get the spell options that are associated with Lorehold. And you're planning to go off and be a student at Strixhaven, the best route for you is to select one of these backgrounds, and you get this extra oomph that's going to truly make you feel like you are on your way to becoming a mage associated with one of these great colleges. So now in Strixhaven, you indeed get some extra magical ability thanks to being a student or a person preparing to be a student at the great magical university of Strixhaven. The new spells in the book are also associated with the 5 colleges, so there's one spell for each, and these spells are not only given to your character if you join, or at least are options for your character if you join one of the college-specific backgrounds in this book, but we also in this book add these spells to a variety of spellcasting classes in the game. So the book will let you know that which of these spells wizards now have available to them, or clerics, or bards, druids, what have you. Each of these spells manifests the magic and philosophy of the college that it's associated with in a special way. For instance, the Witherbloom spell, which is very appropriately called Wither and Bloom, creates this burst of necrotic energy that saps life and then makes it possible for one person in the same area of this necrosis to then heal by drawing some of that energy into them. And they do that healing by use of their hit dice, something that we have not typically done in our spells. But we wanted, again, to make sure that there were some new special effects available in these Strixhaven-themed spells. One of the ways that you can gain access to those spells is the Strixhaven Initiate feat, one of the 2 feats in the book. This is the feat that each of the backgrounds in the book gets for free, but the feat is also available to anyone who uses the optional feat rules in the game. There is then a second feat, which has Strixhaven Initiate as a prerequisite, and this second feat is the Strixhaven Mascot feat. Each of the 5 colleges of Strixhaven has a creature that is that college's mascot, whether it's the pests that Witherbloom has adopted as its mascots, or the spirit statues that Lorehold has as theirs. This feat, if you select it, allows you to summon your college's mascot as your familiar, using the Find Familiar spell, and that familiar is enhanced. You are able to sacrifice one of your own attacks to allow the familiar to attack, and a limited number of times per day, you're also able to teleport, swapping places with your Strixhaven mascot. We wanted to make sure that we put right there in front of players the ability to have the fun magical relationship with the mascots that are evident in the Strixhaven magic set. And really, it's that set that inspired all of the choices that we made when designing these new character options, as well as the bestiary in this book and its exciting adventures. The Bestiary of Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos, is going to help you populate your 4 years at Strixhaven with special NPCs, monsters that roam around, various automatons that work on the university campus, and more. We were aiming to create NPCs associated with each of the 5 colleges, which meant creating abilities in those NPCs that reflected the themes of the colleges. We wanted the Prismari NPCs, whether they were students or faculty, to really feel like they were manifesting the philosophy and magical style of Prismari, and to feel truly different from, say, the students and faculty of Quandrix. And then also we wanted to make sure that each of those NPC options had at least some connection to what you can find in the player character options. Each of these dragons has a very distinctive personality, and because of its association with the colleges of Strixhaven, a collection of abilities that you might not expect to see in a dragon. So really what we've done here is, even if you don't use Strixhaven as a setting or play in the campaign, we've given you 5 new dragons who really function in certain ways that are a little off the dragon grid. They don't map exactly to metallic, chromatic, or gem. They really are unique individuals, and I think are going to be fun for the DMs who decide to deploy them.